mother of two. And if I had the ability, we'd be telling her story right now. She is a victim of human trafficking, and we don't discriminate, do we? No victim left behind. A predator is a predator is a predator, isn't that right? Is a predator magically not a predator if they're female? No, a predator is a predator is a predator. Is a predator magically not a predator if they're a male? No, a predator is a predator is a predator. Do we discriminate against predators? Do we discriminate one group of predators from another based on job? Do we say, oh, we're going to go after just the predators that are chefs? Or we're just going to go after the predators who are framers? Or we're just going to go after the predators who are lifeguards? No, a predator is a predator is a predator. Even when they work for CPS, even when they wear a badge. Tamsen Bowles is a victim of some pretty severe abuse. Not just judicial abuse. Now, as we know, she won her case to get her kids back because they were taken over bullshit. Bullshit. Things that literally did not happen. Things that the CPS worker claimed, but the hospital said otherwise. The hospital said those kids were not abused. Here's the thing. CPS is doing this nationwide. They didn't just do it to Tamsen Bowles. They also did it to Christopher Weaver. Christopher Weaver and I are not friends anymore, but that does not detract from the fact that they done him wrong horribly. At least with Tamsen, she's got family who helps, family who cares. Her husband cares. He's there with her, and thank goodness for that. But they need more than that to get the victory. Now here's the thing. They gave her kids back. The CPS lady committed felonies to have Tamsen's children removed. And in the process of committing those felonies, they had not one, but two separate law enforcement agencies commit further felonies against Tamsen, including assaulting her and charging her with the same crimes that they charged me with over and over and over and over and over and over, and they had to keep on dropping the charges. These charges, they're not charges for people who actually committed a crime. These are charges for people who were wronged by the police, and the police needed to find a way to shut them up quick. All a police officer has to do to prevent you from turning him in is press false charges on you. No harm, no foul, right? How is it that that asshole, Mr. Miles, his family got $3.4 million because he was falsely arrested? Meanwhile, Samuel Leon Lawrence IV was paid over $90,000. $3.4 million versus $90,000. Of course, Miles was white, and Samuel Leon Lawrence IV was black. That could make a difference. Oh, wait. I'm white. I didn't get $94,000. Matter of fact, I've probably spent over $94,000, and including all of the racked up bills that I have for things that didn't happen, or places that I was sent illegally and immorally. You know, one of those situations where Dual County is trying to fleece me out of money with Polly Olson. They want me to pay a really expensive ambulance bill. Sorry, I don't have to pay that bill. That's not my bill. I was illegally arrested, falsely arrested for trying to turn in Scott DaCosta. Everyone told me it wasn't their job and ignored the crimes until I was assaulted by Scott DaCosta. And of course, a Nebraska State Patrol trooper, Trooper Lassen. State Trooper Burr had a heavy hand in all of this situation, going all the way back to 2018. Gary Jeffson told me I needed to go to the State Patrol. He said I shouldn't go to any of them. He said not to trust any of them to get a lawyer. Yeah, I'm not a Jeffson. I don't have a family that gives a shit. Dana Jeffson was charged with sex crimes. His family still looked out for him and still took care of him. My little brother was charged with sex crimes. My mother still took care of him. Matter of fact, she committed a few crimes in order to get Michael off on those crimes. So we're gonna have to... Y'all got no idea. If my sister did the things she did out of fear from things that legitimately happened, no, I don't think she should be in any trouble at all. However, I don't believe her because her actions are not the actions of someone who is honest. People want to blame me because their kids were threatened because they spoke up at the very beginning. But where did they speak out? They spoke up on Facebook at the very beginning. Why didn't they try to send that stuff to court? Why is it that people wanted to tell me that these things that these people were doing to me was illegal and I should call the cops? But I asked them to call the cops with me, and no, they're afraid. Why is it that I've got literally hundreds of recordings of people telling me that they're afraid? Bravery is not the absence of fear. It is standing up in the face of it. The fight that I'm losing real bad right now, it's not my fight. It's not. It's your fight. These are your rights. You guys get to have the illusion that you have them. But for somebody on the streets, there is no illusion. These are your rights and your rights alone. But realistically, no, they're not. Tamsen and her husband, she's a woman. A woman. Women get so much leniency in this country. And they didn't go lenient on her, did they? No. They stole her children. They stole her children by illegal and immoral means, by false means. Tamsen has her kids back, but what did they charge her with when they beat the shit out of her? You know, the standard bullshit. Resisting. The fuck kind of a charge is that? You never should have put your nasty cock beaters on me to begin with. How many times was I assaulted and then charged with, well, immoral crimes? Charged with resisting. I wasn't resisting at any point in time. I was being physically harmed. Physically harmed. And so is Tamsen Bowles. And she's still got 4 charges. 4 charges against her. They had to drop all of the charges for the reason that they took the kids, because it was all bullshit. But now we got to get the word out. We got to get the word out so the things that happen to me and many others doesn't end up happening to her. You think this shit's cheap? It's not. How are they supposed to survive? They're going to lose their shit and they're going to end up out here with us, and they're going to get their kids took again because the government takes all your money by making you jump through all these hoops. I know a lot of parents who were given a special deal. You know, we can either charge you with this, or you can spend $200 a class to go to our special classes. You go to 4 of these classes a month for 3 months, and you get a graduation certificate. $200 per appointment, 4 appointments a month. How much is that? That's $800 every month times 3. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty tough to come up with $2,400. And there's some people who are like, you know what? $2,400, that still at least allows me to be out and working to make sure that my kids have a roof over their head. It's way better than having them put in the system, I guarantee it. Can I really guarantee that? No. If you have parents like Amy Kalina Kingery, you might be better off in the system. It's a toss-up. If you're stuck with Ran Ingersoll in a camper trailer in Rawlins, Wyoming, you are probably better off in foster care. There are situations where foster care is important, but no, what we're doing now is we're stealing tens of thousands of children from their families, from their homes, from loving homes. Hell, Washington State, this is Oregon. That ground there is Oregon. That's a river. And on the other side of the river is Washington State. I can see Washington State from here. There's a lot of immoral stuff going on there. The same stuff that Tamsen's going through. We got different parts of the country testing out different things, trying to sort of figure out what works, but they're throwing away what actually does work. We know that locking someone up for being suicidal is not the right thing to do. We know that when somebody is suicidal, there is always a reason for it. But you don't want to hear that reason. You just want them to take some fucking drugs and shut up. Take your goddamn Ativan and shut your hole. Take your fucking Haldol and be quiet. Take your Zoloft and fucking Drugs don't fix what Tamsen's going through. Drugs don't fix the trauma. Drugs don't fix the emotional expense or the wear and tear on your body and something like that. In the 6 years of hell that I've been through, I can tell you my body is tore up. I'm not going to pretend that because the cops only assaulted her once that she should shut up about it. Especially since it's just an assumption that they only beat her up once because she's only ever told me about the one time. Her husband had to watch, had to just stand there and watch them beat on his wife. You might say, what kind of a man would do that? That would be an intelligent man who cares about his family. What happens if he starts swinging on them cops? What happens to them kids? He starts swinging on the cops. There's a way to stand up to the cops. As Tamsen realized, you know, when it comes down on you, it's too late to speak out at that point. You're being victimized firsthand. You're standing there going, oh my God, how the hell did this, how could this possibly happen to me? I'm a good person. I pay my taxes. I go to work. I take care of my kids. I feed them. I take them to their doctor's appointments. I make sure that they're fed. I make sure that they're clean. I deal with their special needs. Tamsen got her kids back because they removed her kids from, of course, that whole sorry, I'm developing a little bit of a headache, so I'm trying to you say I can't save everyone. You're absolutely right about that. But that's a terrible excuse not to try. That's about the smartest thing I've done all day. My fingers ain't exactly clean, and I just poked myself in the eyeballs. I'm going to tell you something about Tamsen and her husband. They got to keep what they got to keep because he kept a level head. And you know what? When you're going to steal somebody's fucking kids, that's almost impossible to do. When it comes to Tamsen and her husband, they're absolutely victims in this, regardless of their skin color. Anyway, please remind me not to stick my fingers in my eyeballs anymore. With the stuff that Tamsen's got going on, I really feel like her story needs to be told by everyone, so that all of you are aware that it could happen to you at any point in time. These things that you want to look away from because it's not happening to you. Or you want to pretend that it doesn't exist. Or you want to assume that all these wives' tales and mythology that you heard about these peoples, or any group of peoples. I hope this helps you to understand that it's wrong. It's wrong that you look away, especially when you are so demanding of us who get nothing out of our labor. Nothing. We got to choose between having a roof over our head, or having a vehicle, or getting to eat. You can't have all three. You're a lucky son bitch if you can afford two of them at the same time. All right. Tamsen and her husband, I really encourage you to try to look into their situation and their case. Take a look at what's been done to them. I got evidence of that bullshit going on nationwide. From Tennessee to Virginia, Virginia to Texas, Texas to Colorado, Colorado to Nebraska, Nebraska to Wyoming, Wyoming to Washington, or South Dakota, or Well, anywhere really. Denver, Colorado has roads that leave it to go to just about everywhere in the country there is to go. It's big on human trafficking. Anyway, I'm trying not. All right, so I'm exhausted and I'm gonna have to try to take a short nap. My eyes are on fire because I'm an idiot who stuck my fingers in them. And my mouth is dry because I talk too damn much. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. And remember, you are your brother's keeper.